Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to discuss the report of Hamburg Sustainability Report. Hamburg Sustainability Conference Report. So, what does this report basically say? It says that India climbs to its highest ever rank in the UN SDG index, but hunger remains a major challenge here. So, from this report, it has said that India has achieved its highest ever position in the UN Sustainable Development Goal Index, climbing to 94th place. This improvement reflects progress in areas such as infrastructure, digital governance, poverty reduction, renewable energy, and public service delivery. So India has reached this position from 99th position. So this is not just a number. It shows that how India's investment in roads, India's investment in sanitization, India's investment in digital services, India's investment in renewable energy is bringing us closer to achieve sustainable development goals. As we know that sustainable development goals, we have aimed to achieve it by 2030. So this is our target to achieve sustainable development goals. So we can see here India has made a significant improvement by reaching to 94th rank from 99th rank by having progress in digital governance, poverty reduction. So this is bringing us closer to this achievement. Moving ahead, now here one major thing this report has highlighted is the ranking isn't, so this ranking isn't everything. Though we have reached the rank 94th from 99%, but this rank doesn't say everything. We are facing a global challenge here. We are facing challenges in 13 out of 17 SDG. As we know that we have 17 SDGs. Out of the 17 SDG, we are facing challenges in 13 SDG. So while India's ranking has improved significantly, the story doesn't end here. The country still faces challenges in 13 out of 17 sustainable development goals. This means progress is real, but it is not reaching every sector equally. We have reached progress, we have improved our ranking, but we can see here 19 SDGs, there is some loopholes or somewhere we are backward in achieving this 13 SDGs, or we need to make a significant improvement in the 13 SDGs. That's why the ranking isn't everything here. Moving ahead, hunger and health, a major challenge for India. So this report have highlighted that hunger and health is the major challenge for India. So when you're talking about zero hunger is covered under SDG 2 and good health and well-being under SDG 3. So one surprising fact is that despite India's economic growth, the country still faces major challenges in zero hunger and good health. This shows that growth alone cannot automatically eliminate malnutrition, improve nutrition outcomes, or guarantee quality healthcare for everyone. So here, the economic growth can bring wealth for a country, but the policies and the implementation of these policies are very necessary in order to improve the health and in order to provide proper nutrition for the people. So this is what the Hamburg Sustainability Conference report is highlighting here, that though we have economic growth, but we are facing problem in hunger and we are facing problem in providing good health for the people. So while India has improved its overall SDG ranking, some critical challenges remain. The report highlights concerns in gender equality. It has highlighted the concerns in sustainable cities and environmental protection. This means development cannot be measured only by economic growth. As I have told you earlier, women must have equal opportunities. These are very important criteria in order to have an overall development in India. So women must have equal opportunities. Cities must become more livable and resilient, which means that the city should provide benefits for the citizens. It should make sure that the citizens living in those cities are safer and they are able to avail to the resources more closely. And natural resources are available to the citizens must be protected for future generations. So in order to have more proper development, we need to focus on providing equal opportunities. We need to focus on providing a proper clean environment to the people living in cities, and also focus on natural resources availability for the people. So in short, development must be inclusive and sustainable, not just fast. Though we are moving ahead faster, we are achieving economic progress, but these are the main areas where we have to focus on. So India is not only aiming to be richer, but India should also aim for being fairer, in order to be more greener, and in order to be more sustainable, and in order to be more inclusive in its approach. That is when the true growth can take place. So hunger remains a major challenge. The important finding of this report has been laid down on hunger, right? So what does it say? It says that zero hunger remains a major challenge. SDGs 2, zero hunger, continues to be one of the India's biggest development concerns despite overall SDG progress. As we discussed that we are in 94th rank, but here hunger, when we are talking in terms of hunger, we are backward. We need to have improvements in this criteria. Child stunting is very high. Now what do you mean by stunting? Stunting, so now what do you mean by stunting? Stunting is nothing but the child is too short for the age. Why does stunting happen? It happens because of malnutrition, poor nutrition. It is also because prolonged prolonged illness. So these are the reasons why stunting take place. So what do you mean by stunting? The child is very short for his age. So why does stunting happen? Because of malnutrition, malnourishment, poor nutrition, prolonged illness. So in India, we can see here that nearly 1 in 3 Indian children under 5 are stunted. So we can see here the reports in 2015 has highlighted 37.9%. 37.9%, which means that 38 children in every 100 children under 5. Okay, so we can see here 37.9% means here 38 children in every 100 children under 5 are stunted. This is a report founded in the year 2015. Then the report side, the ranking slightly improved. Then we moved to 35.5% in 2020. Then according to National Family Health Survey 6 estimate, they have found 29.3%. Though we have reduced it, but we are still facing a significant problem of stunting. The children are very short for their age because of so and so reasons. So many children suffer from chronic malnutrition affecting physical and mental growth. So this is what stunting is leading to major problem in India. Then moving ahead, so India has world's highest child wasting rate. So now what do you mean by wasting? So wasting means child is too thin for his height. So wasting is nothing but the child is too thin for his height. So we can see a child are too thin for their height due to acute malnutrition, again poor nutrition, again because of prolonged illness. So child wasting increased from 13.9% in 2017 to 18.7% in 2020. So we can see here there is 2% of increase in 2020. According to National Family Health Survey, it is 19%. So we can see the wasting rates has significantly increased in India. So these are the major problem, the stunting and wasting we are facing. That is why hunger remains a major challenge which this reporting has highlighted. Moving ahead, undernourishment is rising again. So when you're talking about undernourishment, the undernourishment increased from 10.11% in 2018 to 12% in 2023, meaning a larger share of the population is not getting enough food despite economic growth. So there is undernourishment here. Though we are raising, so we have discussed that India has reached rank of 94%, 94th in rank from 99%. But why this all happening? It is happening because we are not taking proper steps to have to have a real progress. That's why undernourishment is taking over here. 10.5% in 2018 to 12% in 2013, people are not getting enough food despite economic progress. So these are the major parts, or these are the major areas which India has to focus in order to be at better place, in order to have that real success. Obesity is also increasing. The other major concern highlighted by this report is the obesity. Adult obesity rose from 4.9% in 2015 to 7.3%, right? India faces a double burden of malnutrition, both undernutrition and obesity. So what do you mean by obesity here? So obesity is nothing but the abnormal increase in your weight. It can have because of the poor diet, okay, poor diet, junk foods, right? So these are the reasons for your obesity. So here obesity is also increasing in India. So we are facing a double burden of malnutrition, we are facing the problem of stunting, we are facing the problem of wasting, plus we are also facing the problem of obesity. So India faces a double burden of malnutrition, both undernutrition and obesity, which India has to address in order to be at better place. Moving ahead, now let us talk that why India's progress is very important for global success here. Why is India playing a major role for having success globally? When you're talking about this, why India progress matters here? In no SDG is fully on track globally. When you're talking about the SDG, there is no single country who has achieved a total overall success in achieving the 17 SDGs. So none of the 17 sustainable development goal is currently on track to be achieved by 2030 worldwide. As we have discussed that our goal of achieving sustainable development goal is 2030 is our deadline, but there is no single country who has made overall success in all the 17 SDGs, including India. As we have spoken that India is still back in 13 SDGs out of 17 SDGs. Why is it important? Sustainable development is good global challenge, not just India's, right? But whatever the challenges India is facing, it is not the challenges of only India, but sustainable development goal is the overall objective of the globe. So whatever challenges India is facing, it is also affect globally. So India's progress matters to the world. As the world's most populous country, India's performance slightly influences global SDG achievements. So global SDG success is difficult without India's progress. So India plays a backbone, or India plays a crucial point in achieving this sustainable development goal. So in order to achieve the sustainable development goal by 2030, India's progress plays a major role in this. So global challenges mirror India's challenges. So whatever challenges India is facing, as we have discussed, the zero hunger we are facing poor health, we are facing stunting, wasting, malnutrition, nutrition issues, undernourishment. All these challenges are not just India's challenges, it is also global challenges. SDG 2 we discussed zero hunger, and SDG 16 पे हमने बात की थी peace, justice and strong institutions are among the weakest performing goals globally and in India. So this is not just India's problem, this is also globally this is also globally occurring challenges. So why is it important? India's major concerns are also major global concerns. So whatever challenges India is facing, it is not just India's challenges. If India is facing malnourishment, it is India is facing undernourishment, stunting, wasting. It is not just India's challenge, but it is also globally challenged, because sustainable development goal is overall objective of not just India but also the globe. So India has performed well in infrastructure and connectivity. So again, why is it important for India's progress in sustainable development goal, or why India as a country is playing a major role in achieving sustainable development goal? Is this is one reason, right? India has made notable progress in electricity access, which comes under SDG 7, and internet mobile broadband access, SDG 9. So why is it important? This sectors demonstrate successful development and digital inclusion. Because of this reason, India again becomes a major role in achieving sustainable development goal, as it is doing very well in the electricity sector, and is also doing very well in the internet and the mobile broadband access, right? Then faster progress needed in hunger, health, climate, and governance. India must accelerate efforts in nutrition, as we discussed what is the problem we are facing here, or what are the consequences out of this, and it has to also focus in healthcare, environmental sustainability, and good governance. So again, why is it important? These areas will determine both India's and the world's ability to achieve SDG by 2030. So these are the reasons why India's progress also matters across the globe. So now concluding, so to conclude here, so India's rise in SDG ranking is a positive sign, but ranking alone do not define development. As we have discussed that India has reached 94th rank from 99th rank. We have reached 94th rank from 99th rank. Okay, this is a good sign. This is a very good sign, right? This is a good sign. But what should be done? We have to also focus in development of nutrition. We have to focus on nutrition development. We have to focus on the health part. Okay, we have to focus on the undernourishment problems, right? When we are focusing on this areas, that is when this ranking will hold value. So ranking is not only the major progress of India here, we have to also focus on other criteria as discussed above. So the real goal is ensuring that every citizen has access to nutritious food, quality healthcare, equal opportunities, and clean environment. The journey has become, but the destination is still ahead, which India is still to achieve. So this is all about the findings of Hamburg Sustainability Conference. Thank you.